Welcome, 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 folks. OG Murphy here with you. We are going to be running some Pathfinder 2nd Edition tonight. I am super late because we've been working on tech issues. The guys don't know what's up. So we're going to jump right into it. Quick warnings. Adult stream, adult languages, adult themes, not for the weak of heart. No offenses intended. Hopefully none is taken. Hang out, have fun. If you don't like it, don't. All right, here we go. I gotta go get in Discord with the guys. We're a little disjointed here. Ba 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 ba. And
Too
all right,
crazy and blah, blah, blah.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm live. It
Hi,
was
live.
it was high live. I'm gonna pull my fucking camera up. It's not gonna crash anything. Okay, sweet, awesome, love it. Fuck. All right, here we go. You guys.
It's okay.
I know it is, but it's just like frustrating. It works week to week. It works, and then I sit down. Nothing has changed. It doesn't work. I have to it's a whole fucking thing. Okay.
That's why I have a job.
Yeah. I am very conscious of you guys having that as a job, and I try really hard not to reel you into my bullshit unless I am completely lost. But we're up. We're here. We're gonna play our normal weekly game. I see that we've picked up almost everybody who's going to be here tonight. So as per the usual, we usually start off with thoughts and feelings, how our characters are feeling about where we are at right now. The briefest synopsis that I can come up with is after multiple days in the Great Below, including and not limited to getting bone diseases, awakening ancient gods, trampsing through the Blackrock Plain on Beetleback, and various and sundry other activities. You guys have found yourself, pretty dang close to the Kobold city down in the Great Below, and have reason to believe there's a way back up through there. But it's been a journey to get here, and it'll still be a journey to get to where you're going. So without further ado here, I do not, that's me. We're gonna skip me. Aaron, you're up. How's Galfast feeling?
Gafas is good. Similar to last session. He's feeling positive. We made good time using more of our wizard's spell slots. Things could be worse, and Galfast knows it.
Love that for him. Love that for us. Pick your victim. Choose.
Tyler.
Choose Tyler.
Okay, so or a task rather.
Yes. He.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
A horse.
He's
Thank
starting
you.
to feel a little better. Now that he's well rested, he has all of his abilities back. He can
Accoutrement.
contribute, and was very happy to discover that he's able to contribute to this next part of the adventure, which should lead us into the Kobold City. He can use his magic to be useful, because he's not been feeling that way lately. So he's excited, hopeful, maybe.
Oh wow, love that for him.
Yeah.
Your victim, my friend.
Ooh. Anthony.
Anthony. How's Simone feeling?
Simone is feeling his desperation is growing.
Uh-huh.
He may not show it, right? Because
He's pretty cool and
machismo
collected.
kinda guy.
Yeah.
But his desperation is growing to the point where he's making reckless decisions. Like, he did not think that fortunately with the help of his party, who made some distractions on that last one,
Right.
he felt like that last thing was like a gamble, right?
Yeah.
And that he normally wouldn't make those. The idea is that he's a very semi-calculated kind of guy, right? At
Right.
least trying to minimize the risk as possible, and just hoping that he doesn't get seen just so they can get across quickly seems reckless and out of character. So he's starting to make a little bit rash decisions out of his desperation.
I like that. I can feel that. You're citing like coming out of your invisibility over this like glass plane and like making the conscious decision to like be in clear sight just to clear this obstacle. You know what I mean? Just because it will put you, or put Simone rather, that one step closer to getting out of here. And I do like it. I can see that in him. Who's gonna recap next?
Soto.
Soto. I know you weren't here, but I gave you a recap on what happened. So how's Kythar feeling?
Hythar is anxious because he knows there's a lot of potential targets, but he wants to be smart about it, as Carthar can be smart because he does not want to be swarmed. He wished they would just all line up at one by one so he can smash them with his hammer. But he also thinks from living out in the wilderness on his own, it's better to do a little reconnaissance and see what's how they interact, how they treat maybe outsiders, if there's anybody that comes up to the gate, and go from there.
Cool. Love that. I believe your choice is made for you with our present players. Last but
Chris,
certainly not least. You pick Chris. Girl, I love that. Love that for him. Love that for you. Let's hear it, bud.
Right. All right. So Rowan is, for the first time in a while, since the probably the boat ride, he's having a blast. He got to ride some beetles. You know, he's seen a bunch of new places that he hadn't seen. You know, the planes and all that fun stuff. And then that last little, was it the burrow hole that had the little pocket of life in there?
Yeah.
He's you know, he's kind of excited to see what else he could see as they get close to the Kobold City.
Cool. Amongst you guys are, you know, a couple of your fellow players' characters. One who we are getting ready to retire here, you know, at our first opportunity for that. Another will be joining us later. I do want to touch base with you guys just super quick before we get started. Actually mentioned these before we did thoughts and feelings. I just forgot. Are you still interested in? Do you still see Arthur's character as an asset to the party? Because we are basically at the first opportunity that I have to narratively write him out. And so how are you guys as players feeling about, you know, having this person? Is it dead weight that you'd like to cut? Or is it nice to have a low stakes character? You know what I mean? It's like, do you want him for combat? Like how, just kind of a mood test for you guys. How you feeling about having Arthur around?
I mean, it's definitely good to have him around, but I also feel like it's a big burden for anybody to play him. You know, if there's like a NPC that's following us.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it would be helpful if somebody was like, oh yeah, I'll play two characters, you know, average well. But I feel like it'd be better if we all just played our own character to the best of our ability.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a, I feel like we would potentially, and we already have, use him disingenuinely. Like, oh, that might be a trap. Arthur, you know, he volunteers.
Right.
So I feel like that'd be kind of messed up to the player who played him. So I think it'd be nice to give him a retirement so that or at least, you know, temporary retirement if the other player decides to ever come back, kind of thing. That way he has a character to come back to.
Right, of course.
Yeah, it's like nice to have like a ranged character that could potentially do a decent amount of damage. But like
agreed. I wish we did have a good range player who could do decent amount of damage.
But I do agree with Aaron in like putting like
Wow.
I wasn't talking about.
Can we put Arthur?
Another range.
Could we put him in a Pokeball?
But agreeing with Aaron, it's like, yeah, to put that on somebody to continually every Wednesday play at the beginning for somebody's character really sucks.
Okay, so I'm hearing the consensus is we are ready to part with Arthur.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Then I'm going to do a little narrating here. You guys found this opportunity, you know, this this place, this haven, right? This rock, essentially, that is much like many of the other rocks that you have, hidden yourself under these past few, days, weeks. Most recently,
Dwayne.
it's Dwayne. You've named him Dwayne.
Name the Rock Dwayne.
You've named the rock Dwayne. That there's a pet rock in a campaign somewhere named Dwayne. There's no doubt about that in my mind. There's honestly probably a few of them. But you guys have done so recently under the cover of this magical lantern that you found, and it has been an absolute game changer for you guys. So you guys kind of set up your watches here, and you rotate through as you do. Arthur is on the last kind of watch of the evening here, and those of you who stay up, as a reminder, this lantern just kind of creates a kind of half dome of invisibility around you that you can still see out of, although slightly distorted. And even in the darkness throughout the night, it is, I think it's one of the first nights you guys have spent camping out in the open here. And so you guys see a number of different creatures skittering about and flying overhead, and some of them draw as near as dozens of feet from the border of your kind of sphere here. And you can tell for the first time, you've kind of stayed in one place that isn't an enclosed building, and are able to see that over any stretch of time there's always movement and activity. One of you guys are able to pick out in your watch that there is a group of kobolds that pop out of one of these holes, and disappear over towards the mountain, and they kind of walk across this valley at one point. And as you guys are doing, you're kind of normal passing your chain, letting the next watch know. You guys wake up your last watch, everybody goes to sleep, and I just want a flat d20 roll out of everybody who's sitting at the table right now. Just roll a d20, don't put any modifiers on it, just roll one.
Okay, alright.
Cool. Kythar, you are the first to wake from the party, but you wake, entirely on your own, and as you, stretch and raise from bed, you look around you and can see that the entire rest of your party is still sleeping. And as you are counting heads, you realize that you're coming up short, and there are only 6 of you currently under the dome, and not 7. What do you do?
I can count to 6.
That's fucking great. I wish I thought about that. You know what? Who's next to me?
That would be Rowan.
Rowan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn and look at. I'm gonna Rowan. Rowan.
Yeah.
I fucking violently shake him.
What?
I'm not good counting. I can only count 6. I know there's 7 of us, but I can you double check my math?
Kythar's holding up 8 fingers.
Rowan will get up and count. I guess would he notice that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Be...
you count. There's 6. I mean, you guys have been traveling together. It's very obvious that Arthur is the odd man out here. He's not physically present.
It looks like it's Arthur.
What? And I basically just pick up everybody, just one by one, not shake them awake. I pick them up. Emergency, just fucking one by one, just putting them on their feet. Emergency. Just not go here.
What the fuck, fool? I haven't got a full night's sleep in fucking weeks now. or days, whatever the fuck this is, fool.
Mr. Bangstick or Loudstick is gone.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Simone, you like look in your bag, and like your alcohol jug is still there at the same level that it was at the night before. You know that he didn't get into it.
I have like a dirt mark where I kept it so I know where it was at. You know? I'm
Well,
like,
I-
what are you talking about? What happened? What'd you do to Arthur, fool? You
Do
didn't
not
shit
say.
on him, did you?
Did you eat him?
He seems to be missing.
Did Kythar,
What?
did you do anything about this? Is this
Who's
your
missing?
fault?
No,
Arthur.
no.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
God damn.
Oh my god.
I woke up. I counted. I woke up Rowan to make sure my math was right, and that's the one missing.
I'm gonna roll a survival check to see if I can find
Yeah, absolutely.
if I could
Yeah.
if I could find like footprints or like because we know where he
Is
fell
there a note?
asleep in.
Yeah, and I will also say this: as the party awakes, you guys realize the lantern is turned off. Like you guys have essentially overslept, and like the effects of the magical lantern are no longer functioning.
Yeah. I'm gonna check my iPhone as to why my alarm didn't go off.
iPhone iOS updated.
Simone, as you're like looking around, you are able to see that there are like signs of a scuffle nearby, and like drops of blood, and they all kind of like streak off towards one of these, like tunnel holes that exist in the side of the, cavern, maybe 200 yards away, 300 yards away.
So I'm gonna like walk over to the blood and I'm gonna be like, I don't know, fool, this might not be good. And I'm gonna point towards the blood trail and like outline it with my finger, like go across,
Right.
showing everybody like where it's at.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And it disappears into the hole that is like 3 over from the one that had fungus in it, but it's like one of 17 on this, quarter-mile stretch of cliffside.
If where the blood stain started, would that have been outside of the bubble?
That bloodstain is in fact outside the bubble.
And I'm like, this is right outside of the influence of the lamp, fool. I wonder if we went to go take a piss and got by something.
Maybe.
I feel like I missed something really important here.
Yeah, you did, Arthur. You guys have woken up from your sleep. Arthur is not there. He was on the last watch, and you all overslept because the lamp was like off when the first of you woke up. Simone has just found signs of a scuffle and some blood that seemed to lead off in the direction of one of many holes in this cliffside. As Simone has just said, maybe he took a piss to, disappear. And as you glance over, his like bedroll, rucksack, the only thing that appears to be missing is him and his rifle.
Should we go find him? Should we go see if he's okay?
I'm gonna sheepishly look at the rest of the party.
Well, where would we go? I mean, it's not really anywhere for him to hide.
We can go in the hole and kill the thing that killed him, or might be trying to kill him.
He's dead?
Well, I don't know. I hope not.
So what? You're just assuming he's dead, fool?
I mean, that's a lot of blood.
How do you know it's his blood?
I go
What did you
to
do with
taste
him?
it. Does it taste like human blood?
Would a follower of Iomade know what human blood?
I'm about to
tastes like?
say, I don't know if that's knowledge that Reed has necessarily.
I mean, I've gotten a bloody mouth before. I've been knocked around a few times.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Okay, then that sounds like a medicine check to me, my friend.
Excellent. Okay. Let me
Excellent.
let me pull up the fucking character sheet here. All right. Public, private, blind. What do
Public. Well, it's a knowledge check, but go ahead and roll public.
Ooh.
This is a mixture of human and non-human blood.
It got hints of human blood.
Like
Could-
it's been garnished, fool?
I don't know. I'm just getting some nodes of human blood here.
I do think that with that roll, you're probably also able to like discern a little bit of like the like like playing forensics, a little bit like putting the story together. You look at it and there are like 3 or 4 like points of contact where like wounds happened all at once, and then you can see like some blood splatter going in the opposite direction that like whoever was initially wounded, presumably Arthur, like got some blows in kind of thing. But you can see that this was an altercation like based on the blood that involved 3, 4, 5 individuals minimum.
And there was definitely more than one thing that got him, whatever they were.
We should go check on him. Come on.
Is he gonna go take off? You're gonna go take off towards the.
Yeah, Galfast will be right behind you.
Can't. Fuck. Can Kaito run roll a survival check to understand if that's a good idea or not?
No, that's a judgment call, man. That's
You can roll a survival to see which way they went.
you already know which way they went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already know.
You went
like,
into a cavern, if I
What?
got that right.
There are the better part of 20 options for where you could go. Rowan knows one of those has mushrooms in it. You can see the other one is where this trail kind of terminates.
Fuck.
Would do I think Banjo could catch the scent and at least get us point us in a close direction? I think he has.
Yeah,
those
I will say that where there is actively blood, that he doesn't even need to like make a roll because he has the scent ability, and it'll be one of those things where like as the trail starts to go cold, I'll make him do rolls and stuff. But I think that just like passively, Banjo can just kind of track and keep you guys on at least the front end fresh part of this trail for sure.
Okay.
And I mean all signs point to this entrance basically, here, and you guys can see it's one of many. They are, as a reminder, on the big map, they are kind of over here ish, and you guys can see the like big broken mountain between you and this mark on the map, so it's not like in that direction necessarily, but that is kind of what you're looking at here, and all signs point that way. It's a question of whether or not you guys are looking to pursue.
I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, part of me says that we should at least look for him a little bit, but another part says what would he would have wanted.
You're right, fool. He would have wanted us to complete the mission, as I do a imitation. You know
what if he's
I mean?
dying?
Or what if he's dead, fool?
I guess if he's dead, there's no point.
I mean, am I a monster here, fool? Am I a monster?
Many of you have talked about feeling more monstrous since you've been down in the Great Below, and I am very curious to the extent that your characters are feeling, how that's affecting you guys.
I guess while you're on that question, I did the praying thing with Iomade, and
you did the praying thing with Iomade to try to make contact with her, rolled fairly well.
right.
And here's what I will say about this, is that you do not make contact with Iomade, but you get a definitive answer that it is because there are older gods here than Iomade, and their influence is stronger than hers is in this place.
So am I getting that hint from like Iomade, or am I getting that like
You now have
presence?
context because you've been in the presence of one of these ancient gods.
I guess I guess what I'm asking is like, do I get that vibe from the ancient gods themselves or Iomade?
Uh,
Or is it because it's more like it's not going out, I know it's because of this god.
it so you try to send out to Iomade, right? And along the outer edges of your consciousness you can feel like that familiar presence, and it's kind of like previously you were blindly calling out into the dark, and now your eyes have adjusted and you can see what is in that dark and why you calling out is not reaching its target.
Got it. So Dobby's not letting the letters go through.
There you go. But you guys are deciding how to proceed, and your DM would pose this question to you guys: like, if you didn't go after your party member, where would you go? What would your next step be anyway?
Well, ultimately, Kythar stepped. He wants to get out of the fucking Great Below. He wants to get the fuck out of here. He's scared of it. He misses his son, and it's thinking about it's like we get at a fucking fork in the road. It's like, okay, side quest or main quest.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing blood and streaked off, like I don't know how much more that would delay him from getting to where he needs to go, because I don't know, Kythar has had some selfish acts in this campaign, and being in the Great Below has kind of like exemplified his thoughts of that.
Yeah.
Of being a lone survivor and just wanting to get the fuck out of Dodge. So Kythar's kind of leaning of that fucking sucks. Still want to go that way, kind of thing.
What does Atesk and Rowan think about that?
Well, I think I agree he'd want us to go forward, but don't we have a duty to track him down? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be here longer than I have to.
At the very least, to bring his body piece.
Well, I don't really care about that, but
His body piece?
He did have gold.
like bury him.
Allow him to rest.
Oh no.
You know,
But-
the religious things.
Hey, what?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Reed, you'll get some time with the body, fool.
Okay.
What?
So, go ahead, Rowan.
I mean, isn't his body already returning to the earth if he's dead? What do we need to go do to it?
Not let it be eaten.
But that's all part of the process. It's
Oh, I
returning
have an
back
idea.
to nature.
If he's a body, we can just send little guy to go get him, right?
Wait,
Everybody turns and looks at the little guy.
Creeps out from around the corner. I don't see any bodies.
Where's
the
body?
I'm gonna point to the blood so you can smell Arthur's blood.
He jumps off your shoulder, unrails his like 3-foot tongue, like slurps it all along the ground, like lapping up a big like streak of the blood, and like his tongue, kind of like a snake's tongue, like comes back in. There's like the velocity of it. There's blood that like streaks kind of like across his cheek. You see his eyes fucking light up, and he like scampers off away from you into the hole.
Oh, I did not expect that to happen. I did not see this coming, everybody. Little guy?
Are you gonna have you fucking sent the guy who eats corpses after?
No, I didn't mean to send him after him. I just told him to see if he could I didn't mean to send him after
You
him.
let him, fool.
I just told him
Doesn't
to
that
track
put his
it.
body to rest then in his stomach?
I
Yeah.
guess. Sure, if you. Okay.
I say it's okay. Iomade can't see anything down here. I think you're squared away.
But I can see it.
Yeah. That's called PTSD.
What's
I'm
that?
sure you'll be fine, fool. We've all done terrible shit.
You hear "Ah!" come from inside the hole.
Oh, thank God they finally got him.
Little guy, I'm coming!
Quick, send a fire breath down there, Will. Finish off little guy. Make sure he can't come up.
Little guy, are you okay?
Just groaning in pain.
Yep.
Uh,
Nope.
Is anybody gonna help me?
Nope.
I don't really want to touch him. He
And
kind of
that-
creeps me out.
And as a reminder, the opening to all these holes is about 3 or 4 feet in diameter.
Little guy, you gotta get out of there. We can't reach you.
Reed probably would have a hard time squeezing. You could probably crawl through, and it's not physically too small for people, but it would be very tight. Little guy just says, "I need help!"
Your party members are kind of like,
All standing around, they're like, "This is our chance."
there's a bug on my. Oh, Simone has a huge ear to ear smile.
I know. Reed's all panicking, turns back to look at his party.
Yeah.
Somebody grab my legs so you can pull me out of there. Kythar, grab my legs.
I'm gonna grab him by the collar and say, no. You're gonna end
You
up like him.
gotta let me go
No.
get him.
Stop
I'm
screaming.
going, and I'm gonna try to
Straight
crawl in
check.
there.
Nope. Pull him back.
Opposing strength check. Both of you need to roll me in athletics.
This should be interesting.
My leg.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Belt of Giants for my circumstance of lift heavy objects. Give me a +2.
I think it'll neutral out. 'Cause I think you both are wearing. You guys are both wearing. Yeah, and you guys are both wearing one, so it cancels out.
Oh.
Ooh, that could be a tough one to beat. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, that's a beat, not by 5 or more. So Reed, you squeeze yourself down into this hole and get yourself, 80%, 85% of the way in, and you feel 2 hands just cinch around one of your ankles.
Am I far enough in that I can grab him?
You, if I remember correctly, have no dark vision, have no anything, haven't taken a potion today. You have crawled into a hole that you are now plugging, and it is black. You can see nothing. You can hear little guy screaming for help farther in.
Not far enough. He's too far though.
You reach your hands out, you don't feel him.
Well, Kythar won a strength check. Is he pulling me out?
I don't know. Right now he's just got you. If he wants
You gotta let me go get him. I can hear him. I'm not too far.
No.
I'm gonna put my hand on Reed. I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Fool, it's okay. Just let him
No,
go."
he's fully inside.
Yeah, so by putting your hand, you can put your hand on his ankle.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll rest my hand on his ankle and be like, "I thought you were holding him right at the entrance."
No, he.
No, he basically
5 or
dove
6
into this.
seconds.
He basically dove headfirst into this hole, and
Oh, he
Kythar,
dove, okay.
Kythar just got his ankle.
Then I'm gonna just let him go, fool. He's no longer with us.
No, he's screaming and whining.
I'm gonna continue with what I said.
I'm gonna look at.
Hang on.
Simone
I'm
like,
plugging
you
the
want-
hole.
Yeah.
I'm plugging the hole. No light can get in or out of the hole.
No.
No light can get out of the hole.
Right.
You're gonna blind yourself.
Little guy, come to the light! And then I'm gonna
Oh, fuck.
cast Holy Light.
Okay. Great. Love that.
Does that blind him?
You raise your arms to the sky and pray fervently. Oh, I can't raise my arms to the fucking sky.
It's okay. You can stick your arms out in front of you. I'll count it.
And fervently surround yourself in a beacon of holy light. The beacon sheds a bright light in a 30-foot radius, centered on you until the beginning of your next turn. 6 seconds.
It's a light centered on you, right? That's how it reads.
I guess centered on me would change it. Fuck me. I can't direct it, can I?
Not if it's centered on you.
No.
I read that as you become the source of light, is how I
Yeah.
read that.
Yeah, you become the source of light. That's true. I thought it was like a
Does it-
summon and then cast it. No.
Okay, man.
It fizzles. It fizzles.
No,
He gets to decide he gets to decide if he's doing that. It's your ability. You know this.
no. If I knew light was gonna get out, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I love where your brain's at, though, my guy. Love where your brain's at. As you call out to little guy, he just says, "I can't move. I'm stuck.
What are you stuck on?
It's spikes."
Why don't you try eating it?
They're hard. I don't. You can hear him like gurgling now.
Little guy, I'm sorry. I'll see you on the other side.
No, wait! Don't leave me!
Ooh.
He's still gurgling at you. Just like shrieking in panic at this point. You've never talked about leaving him before, and he
I'm
is
just gonna-
freaking out.
I'm gonna shrug my shoulders, seeing the defeated, Reed, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, puto, have you tried throwing a rope at him?"
I don't have a rope.
And then you're gonna feel a rope,
Being like threaded
In your-
through. Yeah.
yeah, threaded through. Yeah.
Hey, grab this, little guy. I'm
You
gonna toss it as far down as I can.
toss the rope as far down as you can. You can hear it like hitting the side of the tunnel as it like banks off in one direction. You can't tell which direction, but you like hear the pile of rope like hitting a surface, like it's got to go around a corner, like a few feet ahead of you. It's like, I don't see a rope. There's no rope. Ow!
I can't reach. You gotta let me in a little bit more.
I'm gonna look at Kaithar and be like, "Just let him go, fool."
All right.
I'm gonna crawl in enough that I can jimmy it around that corner.
You crawl in enough to jimmy it around that corner, and throw the rope out, and you hear little guy, and he's like, and you feel like just the slightest bit of tension on the rope.
The second he grabs it.
You pull it, and he is going
Rips
to.
his arm out of
I'm
his
about to say he's gonna make a strength check real quick here. Give me a second here.
Do I need to make a strength check?
You pull this rope and it comes out. You can feel the end of it is slick with blood, but you get to the end of it and there is no little guy on the other side of it, and he's still crying out in pain. I lost it.
I'm gonna try again. Wrap your hand around it.
You toss the rope again. He tries it again with your advice, which will give him advantage on. That's literally the same number twice. That's crazy. And you can hear like a squelching sound, as if he like is starting to come off of something, and he like cries out in pain, like goes quiet mid breath as if he's like passed out, and you again get the rope with blood on the end of it.
Are you still there?
You listen closely. He's not yelling anymore, but there is a like very ragged, thready breathing which you can hear coming from down the tunnel.
This is our last chance, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna toss it one more time. I cannot let him die.
And to be clear, you don't have any. This is the way. This is the only way that Reed would know to rescue little guy, and the only thing that he would do in this moment. is throwing this rope at him into the darkness.
Now that he's not tethered by Kythar anymore.
Oh, I guess you're not tethering me. Yeah, I mean, I'll go in there a little bit more if I can. Is it enough that I can like? I thought he was still holding onto my legs.
No,
No.
I told him,
Hang
I'll
on
let
me
him go
long
fully,
enough.
it's fine. And then when he lets him go, I'm gonna put my hand on Kythar's shoulder and be like, but I like where your head's at, fool.
I'm gonna crawl in with my sword ahead of me so that I can just stab whatever's there. If something comes at me,
You're like crawling forward on your hands on like your elbows, you know, as you're like kind of like wedging your way through here, and as you're like kind of like using this sword as like a testing bit,
prod?
you hear it clang as it strikes something made of metal.
that's you, little guy.
You can, I mean, the ragged breathing has gotten louder because you've gotten closer to it. And you can feel on your chest like a pool of blood that you have like started to crawl through.
Let's see here. Hey guys, cover the hole really fast.
Okay.
Is it covered?
Yeah, we're on it. We're covering.
As soon as it's covered, now I'm gonna cast Holy Light.
Cool. How does the party outside cover the hole?
With my body.
Rowan just pops down in front of the hole. Love that.
Yeah, I would take my like a my coat off and cover it, I guess.
Okay, cool. That should be enough for a pretty close to. We're not talking like airtight type, but between like Reed's body blocking most of it, it having to go around a corner, and your guys' stuff. You know, you guys can probably see like a dim glow through a couple of like corners of the cloth as he like activates this, but it is still it is still essentially dark outside of that. You cast this holy light. In front of you, there are a bunch of like spikes protruding from one side of the wall, and 3 of them are going through little guy in like different places. And he has been like fully skewered on the side of one of these fucking like sides of this wall. He is passed out and barely breathing.
I am gently pulling him off, and then pouring a lesser healing potion down his throat, and then getting the fuck out.
It kills him because he's evil.
No, doesn't kill him. It doesn't kill him, but there's a difference between like giving somebody health and like bringing somebody back from the dead. I am going to need a medicine check from you to remove him without killing him. You need to beat 20, or he will bleed out as you pull him off the wall.
I'm going to burn a hero point for this one.
Okay.
Wow.
It refills every turn, or every game.
Every turn. Wow.
I'm
What
every
character do
game.
you
I'm
play?
a use it or lose it kind of guy.
Oh,
And
20. Beat 20
Wow,
is what I
I'm
was
really
told. Beat
glad.
20.
wow, yeah, I about to say
Is what I
that
was
too would have 100% killed little guy. Yeah, you remove him from the wall with such delicate fingers that you're able to like the moment he's off. You've got like the lid off the potion, and you like slide him off as you're pouring this thing down his throat. Go ahead and roll the healing from that potion. I don't. Oh, you don't have to because you're not under duress, I guess. So
Right.
whatever. How many hit points is that worth? I should make a note.
Yeah, let me go back to my items
You're good.
once I can find them. Where is it? 1621.
21, you got it. I will make a note. All right, great. Little guy like comes to, gives you like a big toothy smile, like hugs your fucking like
yeah, he's
face, and is still like covered in blood, like blood all over your fucking face and head, and he's just like licking your head affectionately. Ah!
Yeah, it's good to see you too, buddy.
And it smells like
And he
All right.
and he does this the entire way back. Like
Okay.
you shimmy back out, and as you like pop out, he's still attached to your dome. You guys see Reed's like feet and butt like wiggle out, and then as he gets like shoulders out, you can see little guy's feet, and fingers. And he like pops out, stands up, and little guy's got his tongue just like wrapped around his fucking face, and is just like licking / kissing his head a lot.
I'm gonna, as soon as I get out, I'm gonna give a big hug to Kaithar and Simone.
Aw, aw,
Thank you guys.
aw.
And little guy wants to thank you too.
yeah, get him away from me. Go.
Thanks.
I did this for Reed, fool, not you. And I'm gonna point at him.
Okay.
Remember that. And I'm gonna get really loud. With it.
I will.
All right, buddy.
Nothing makes me feel like more of a man, fool, than yelling at little guy.
the only thing smaller than you.
Hey, no, Atesk is smaller than me.
Oh, that's true.
And so is
smaller
Galfast.
than
He's a
me.
dwarf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Get some sleep.
All right. And he like slinks into your bag and out of sight.
Reed's just fuck.
What do we learn?
Did you find Arthur in there?
Did I?
You're cutting out a little bit, Joe.
Ooh. How about now? Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go. You just caught up.
Did did I see Arthur in there when I cast Holy Light?
You did not see Arthur in there, but the tunnel did like take another curve out of sight.
I didn't see him in there. It kept going, but spikes all the way down.
And the blood kept going that way?
I believe so.
Did you check?
DM.
Did you check?
I did not look for blood.
You don't remember seeing blood, except for
I was-
little guys.
I had-
I'm
I
gonna
had-
point
I
at
had
his
blood-
chest and
I had
be like,
blood
well, what's
underneath
that,
me.
fool?
Uh,
And its chest is covered in blood, from my
Yeah,
understanding.
chest
That's a
and
good
face and shoulders,
is
arms,
it-
elbows.
Does little guy bleed blue or does little guy bleed red blood?
He bleeds.
Or like an ichor?
It's like a combination, right? Like it's a red tinted ichor. It's definitely much thicker. And this does appear to be little guy's blood.
Yeah, this is all his blood.
Well,
Didn't see any other blood.
Since you want to do me a favor then, fool, since you know the hole so well,
Uh huh.
do you want to go back in there and see if Arthur's in there?
I can go as far as I did
Why can't you go any farther?
because there's spikes protruding from the walls, and I can't get any farther than the spikes.
Have you tried breaking them?
I barely have enough room to move.
And when you say spikes, do you mean like part of the landscape, like the obsidian spikes, or?
I didn't get a good enough look. It was pretty dark until it wasn't.
Weren't you glowing?
Yeah, for like a second. You tell me how much
Sometimes
you
Sometimes
here.
that's all you need, fool.
Here, I'm gonna open my like holy text to just the most complicated picture that's in there, and I'm gonna flash it in front of you really fast and go, "Oh yeah, you saw everything, right?"
Well, shit, even I can last longer than that, and then I'm gonna cast light.
Don't do it out here, and I'm gonna clasp his
No,
hand.
I'm gonna walk into the hole.
Yeah, you definitely have much more room to maneuver. And with light, you got an orb of light that you've got total control over. It looks like so.
It floats near me as I move.
Yeah, so you like shimmy your way in through here, and there's definitely like a streak of blood that Reed has left, like coming back out, so you're having to like dirty yourself, all over the front of your own, garbs and robes and things. And then as you come around that first bend, you're able to see there are these like metal spikes that are like protruding out from like one side of this tunnel. And there's like a big pool of blood underneath it, a big streak where Reed came back the other way. but like actually sitting here looking at it, not like reacting in a split second to try and save someone. These are like most definitely manufactured. These are like metal spikes that are unnatural and are not like obsidian. But it is interesting because like Reed is right. Like in there, like with where they are right now, coming out of one side of the wall, like there's no obvious way past them. It's kind of like, like you got this tunnel that comes through here, and there's a bunch of like spikes coming out of one side that take up most of the tunnel, and so like there's not an obvious way past them.
Can I do a perception check on the tunnel wall, so see if there's like a switch or like something that like deactivates the spike?
Yeah, 100%. I will take a perception check. Probably is fine for that.
Which one is it? There. Perception. I am perceptive.
You're perceptive.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
You are like looking around, and you don't see a switch or anything, specifically along that, side of things. But what you do see is that the like spikes, where the spikes connect to the wall, they're like recessed a little bit, like they're like set into the wall, as if they're like the base of the spike is like, let's say 3 inches around, like the hole it's coming out of is 3.5 inches around, right, for like every
So it
single
was
one
like
of them.
cut in, like it was cut into the rock essentially.
Right, and there's no like obvious mounting point for them either, you know what I mean? Because you can like kind of like see a gap around the base of each of the spikes.
Is the spike? I imagine that the spike is like protruding out of the tunnel, like, and is almost like a gate where where it's just like is it like pointing at me? Like, is there pointing
No.
at me?
So this is
or is it just like a barrier? Essentially?
Yeah. So I mean, I drew this pretty much, like I meant it. So you're crawling in from the bottom here, taking that first corner, getting to the spikes. They're all coming out of the wall on the right side, and there's probably 10 or 12 of them, but they're not necessarily they're not necessarily a gate. There's just a bunch of spikes coming out, but the end of the spike is like 1 inch from the left wall. The tip of the spike, and so like it's like possible to get, like, if you could break a couple of these off, you could definitely like squeeze past, kind of thing. But there doesn't appear to be like any kind of like you're saying button, switch, or lever.
I was looking for something. I feel like there's something I could do, but I feel like it's not worth it.
Totally your call. Man.
So I'm gonna go back. You know what? Can I do one more perception check for any signs of the professor?
You rolled fairly high on this, so what I will say is that with your light source, looking past the spikes, there are still a few like drops of dried blood that are that like crimson color that human blood is, and not that like brackish black that little guy's is. But then you do lose sight of it, as the tunnel curves again. But I would say that there is most definitely a sign of something bleeding, probably Arthur, that was in this tunnel at some point.
So I'm gonna leave the tunnel.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna be like, no sign of him further in the cave.
Thank Iomade. Now I can sleep better.
What do you guys think? We could continue on, and if we
Find him along the way.
if we run into him or see any other signs.
Yeah, maybe the blood was just a coincidence.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all I could find is the fucking little bitch there's blood.
Hey.
What were you even thinking? It was like an inch where the spikes were, fool. Like,
Are you talking to me or are you talking to him?
I'm talking to him. I'm like yelling at your pack.
Little guy just like doesn't even come out of it. You just hear a small voice come from inside the bag. The spikes weren't there at first.
Oh, it was a trap.
Well, are we heading to the city?
That's what Arthur would do.
We're following the Nagavator.
Yeah.
Galfast, you wanna keep taking us down here, fool? Think you could
Yeah, I mean,
mosey on up
I
that
could.
map?
We could just teleport, though, right? Such just navigating is so difficult.
See, last time you were very confident. What happened?
No, I can get us there. It's just,
Well, I mean,
why
if you can't do
walk
it, that's
when?
fine.
Hey, look, if you guys are too tired to teleport, I'm happy to lead you across the ragged plains.
Who knows what we'll face, you know?
I mean,
I'm
like,
gonna
but
need my spells.
That's true.
Looking at the map, does it look like there is a footpath that would be heading north on the map towards where I think the city is?
Go and give me a perception check. No.
Oh, that was from Banjo.
Oh, why don't you roll it for you?
Mistake.
Do you guys share stats though? Does it matter? Or does
No,
he have
we
his own?
don't.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a pretend roll.
Pretend getting it out of the way.
Get all your good rolls out of the way.
Yeah. Lower on the die, but your modifier is higher, so so ultimately a better roll. There isn't any kind of like obvious path, but with it being mostly broken stone, that wouldn't be like the most apparent thing. What you do see is a like on the mountain itself, and like in the areas between the mountain and the cliff, however far down the way it's going to be, a couple of miles. There does appear to be, whereas there's a full ass fortress on the hill behind you guys, this is just like a watchtower of sorts, but there does appear to be one like pretty high up on the mountainside that you guys are going to have to somehow get past.
Does there look like there's an entrance from the, into that watchtower, like on our side?
I think we're too far to tell, as I squinted it. Yeah, I can't. We'll have to somehow get close to the watchtower and then either infiltrate or sneak around.
Gotcha.
Right, we were gonna turn somebody invisible. Gonna use my little eye thing.
Yeah, why don't you go use your little eye thing, fool? You've been the city, fool, puto. I'm saving it for the puto city, puto. That was exactly what you said.
You have a good memory.
How many times can you use it?
Well, I can cast 5 times
You can use the eye 5 times.
if I wanted to. Yeah, it's it's the benefit of being a sorcerer.
Nobody's confused about what you are. I don't know why you keep bringing that up.
It seems to be a running theme.
Look, send the eye up.
Yeah.
Let me know what it sees.
Why were you so chintzy with it before? If you could cast it fucking 5 times, why were
It's
you
new.
like, oh, I'm saving it for the city, puto, I'm saving it for the city?
You never know when you're gonna need a spell, Simone. You never know. You just hoard them and then you never use them.
That's some good wizardly advice.
Thanks. All right, I'll. How far away are we from the watchtower again?
A couple miles.
Yeah, I think we'd be better off walking closer. Maybe.
I could help everyone be sneaky. We all roll. Well, the person with the lowest modifier rolls.
Wasn't that
I think-
Professor R.I.P.?
I think it's me now.
Well, hold on, I don't think I have the best one.
I was gonna say, if you take off your armor, will it get better?
I think it does actually.
But then he does have to put it back on.
Well, that takes 10 minutes.
Yeah. Right. My stealth is 12. But I do have a thing. Once per day, I can be trained in something.
I think 12 is trained, isn't it?
No, it's like I can roll with a bonus once per day. I forget which one that is. You learn that out of depth. You gain untrained improvisation. I think it. Never mind. It's automatically applied. So do you want me to roll that?
Depends on what you guys are doing.
So,
Yeah, if we're all gonna sneak up, that'd be my vote.
Yeah.
Nobody else has lower than a 12 before I roll this.
lower than a 12? No, I have a 4.
No.
I have an 18.
You have a
Wait,
4
you
to
have
stealth.
4?
Yeah, stealth. 4 in stealth.
You
yeah.
you are the least sneaky among us then.
Oh.
Then you make the roll, Simone. Which I think, ironically, was the exact same modifier that Arthur had.
I think I was supposed to be blind.
I'm not saying
Sorry.
those are supposed to be blind. You guys think you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we think we're doing great.
you guys think you're doing a great job.
So we're just going then.
You guys, start creeping towards the watchtower in order to get a better look at it. And there is the overwhelming probability that they will get a better look at you first, but I guess we should let the dice decide. They super do, and you guys...
Well, what was our final? What was our final?
What do you mean, what's your final?
Because isn't it 8? So is my stealth? I don't get any bonus to Aaron's group thing.
No. The whole
okay,
group
gotcha.
gets your stealth, ironically, because there's a much higher chance that one person is going to roll a 2 when 8 of you roll than with 1,
Yeah.
and because the worst of you brings you all down, usually you're better off to only make 1 roll. It just so happens that you guys for the purposes of the plot, that's not how it went. So you guys make your way, mile and a half or so down the way here, and you're able to see this watchtower. You haven't quite crested around the base of the tower or the broken mountain where you're going to be able to see into the back half, but there has just been there has continued to be burrow holes on your left hand side along the cliff ridge, and as far as you guys can tell, are going to continue, they just continue down this cliff. As you guys are creeping up towards the base of the mountain and getting a little bit of altitude on this to better see what's going on, Galfast probably is leading the party and is able to make out that this tower is in fact manned by kobolds. And they have something that looks like the devices that the Drow had on their fortress as well,
Oh, God.
which he's able to tell because there is a spear flying right fucking towards him. So, my guy, Galfast,
Gal slow.
I think that it really at this distance comes down not so much to their aim, but as to how quick you are. So I think
Reflex?
a reflex save, a 25 at this distance, would be what you'd need to kind of roll out of the way here.
Okay, and that's
Save
a
Gal
public
slow.
thing, correct?
That's a public thing. Everybody's going to see. Cool. And
Hey.
and 15 on the die with your modifier. Yeah. Well enough. Hey, Tess, what are you rolling for, man? You good?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You guys aren't all straight up in a single file line, and this thing's gonna
I thought you meant. I
No.
thought you meant the whole.
No, just
group had.
no. Galfast is in the front. He's the one they see first. So these guys take a shot at you, Galfast. Do you want to dictate to us how you roll out of the way of this spear? Is it as you kind of look up, see this thing flying straight towards you and your group? How does Galfast react, knowing that you're going to get out of the way?
I feel like I have Banjo on my back, and I do a what was that game? Sonic the Hedgehog. You know how he rolls?
Yeah,
And, spins out of the way
roly
and,
poly
blurs?
style. Yeah.
Yeah, I roly-poly out of the way.
Love that. You guys all see, are you going to holler anything as you're doing this?
No, it's just how I'm not athletic, but my reflexes I'm very quick,
Okay.
so it's not pretty. Maybe my pack like rolls off and the pot falls out.
Love that. And you guys see this, basically like 4 foot spear slam into a rock, and like there's like a spark as the metal head makes contact with stone, and then splintering as the like wooden shaft like separates out into a bunch of different little fucking pieces, and they appear to be reloading.
Do we hear reloading from the top?
He's
Traitor!
size.
Get to cover.
And how far away are we from the tower now?
I mean, a mile or less at this point. Definitely close enough to get a good view, but you know.
Yeah. Is there any cover between here and there?
There's like there's some cover on the mountain, on the broken mountain itself. Boulders and things you can put between yourself and it. But it's pretty open outside of that. So like you can tuck yourself up against something on this mountainside. But like they've got a good line of sight on you. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be able to kind of like see where you tuck up. They won't be able to hit you from there, but like it won't be a secret to them, right? Like where you are. Alternatively, over on the cliffside, there are a number of burrow holes, which could provide cover, and like kind of behind you, in the same way that you guys found some like a rock to camp under. Like there are a few large boulders kind of like in the flat behind you, but you're gonna have to like retreat back to them. So there's immediate cover that you can duck and cover behind right now, but there's every possibility they're just going to keep lobbing spears at you, right? Like you're still going to be within their line of sight. There are the burrow holes in the cliff, and then there are large boulders in the flat behind you.
What do you guys think? Should we press forward?
Well, they know we're here. If there were ever a time we were going to try and do the we're your gods kind of thing, it wouldn't really make sense for us to look like we're trying to attack them. But they are pretty far away, too.
We could just kill these ones.
There's one that just totally clears all of you guys, just sails overhead, but you can hear it cutting through the air as one of these things flies overhead.
Like, as it flies over our head, Reed's going to look deadpan at Galfast and go, huh.
What do you want to do, Reed?
I have no idea.
Oh, why did you go haunt me then? Does anybody else have any ideas, or is this just a Reed and I show?
I could summon a dragon.
Well, how many times can you do that? Is now a smart time to use that?
They won't shoot a dragon, right?
That could be true.
If not, we can then kill them with it.
Okay, cool.
That also sounds like a win.
Okay, I'm going to cast Summon Dragon.
I love that. Giant training level 5.
And I'm going to actually... How do I... I guess, are we in combat?
You
Or
are...
just like burn a couple spells?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to burn a couple spells, tell me what you'd like to do, and I will kind of give you the cost of that.
Okay, well, this is the other thing I want to do. So I need one extra action to extend my
to last
Summon
10
Dragon.
minutes.
But
yeah, you can if you want to burn those 2 spells. I think that's more than appropriate for what you're trying to do right now.
Cool. I'm gonna do those 2 things then.
Great. What does your party see as you summon a fucking dragon?
I guess within the limitations of the spell, could I summon a dragon like a kind of dragon that I think would be most appropriate for the situation, or do I need to pick like one dragon that I summon?
No, I mean, yeah, it's a Tesk. I would say that a Tesk has a pretty intimate knowledge about dragons at this point. Has literally done research on them and shit. So like, whatever
Yeah.
you want, man. You know, like that's on you.
Okay. I'd pick a fucking huge ass black scaled dragon.
Cool, love that. And this thing just like appears next to you, and you like send this thing off towards the watchtower. Is that the move?
Yeah, I'll send it flying towards the watchtower to see if they shoot at it.
And
Like an intimidation check first, and then if they shoot at it, then just, I'm gonna have them attack.
yeah, that's cool, bro. I would love an intimidation check from you. That's awesome. Roll with advantage. You got a fucking dragon.
Dragons, fuck yeah.
I'm super intimidating.
I know you are. It's part of the reason why you get advantage, my friend, because you got a fucking dragon. You know
Is that a public roll?
that is. They can all see how scary your dragon is. Absolutely.
Okay.
Guidance, boop.
You know that's not bad. With your guidance, that's a 22. And on that roll, from where you guys are at, you can see this thing like flies up towards the watchtower. And are you gonna have him like circle it? You gonna have him like land on it? Like where? What's the move? What do you want the dragon to do?
I'll have him circle it for a minute, and then like fly back, kind of out towards where we can like walk up behind it.
Okay, sounds good. So you're gonna have it go to the tower, do a couple of laps, and then come back to you guys.
Like, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of the way towards the watchtower, and then land, and then and then I'll encourage the party to walk out with us to the dragon,
Okay.
assuming they're not attacking it.
They are not attacking it.
Great. Then, Tusk. I guess is the dragon going to do all this stuff?
I mean, the dragon lands. The intimidation, it looks like a big fucking scary dragon, for sure. They're not attacking. It's hard to tell whether or not it quote unquote lands, because you can't see the kobold super, super well. But, like, they're not shooting at it. The dragon is here. It's, like, between... It's using... It sounds like you want to use it almost as a barrier between yourselves and the tower. And it is, like, in position, essentially waiting for you guys at this point.
Hey, guys, we should go up to the dragon. It looks like they're not attacking it. Maybe we can use it to, like, I don't know, Simone, I'm sure you can figure something out by the time we get there.
I'm all already have, and I start summoning Wilb.
Cool.
Let's go.
So you guys with Will, because it only takes, a minute or less or whatever,
Yeah.
to summon,
6 seconds, I guess.
make your way, from where you're at to the watchtower. When, is there, before I, like, place you guys at an arbitrary distance and basically hollering distance for the kobolds, is where I will stop you unless you guys want to stop shorter than that.
No, I was, so because there's a dragon right there, right?
Yeah.
I was going to cast Boost Eidolon,
Cool.
which then allows him to fly.
Love that.
And then I was going to ride him and then land right next to the other dragon.
Okay.
And then, jump off for, like, cool intimidation, to, like, ride on top of it.
Yeah.
Just, like-
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So as you do that, as you're like coming and flying, go ahead and roll me your own intimidation check. And then the party, is there anything in particular you guys are doing, or are you just kind of like lumbering up behind a Tesk's dragon here?
While we're walking, does anybody remember the name of the kobold? Like the captain of the kobolds from above, the great above.
The grid above.
Are you talking about
I can search.
the one that we originally, like, let go?
Yeah. The girl who we like bartered with her. We were like, oh yeah, if you can help out, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. I had some like words with her. Not bad words. We didn't leave on like a good note, but it was like a respectful note. She was like the lead of
I know
all.
what you're
the-
talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a one syllable.
Right. I can't fucking find it. And if there was a time to know her name, it would be maybe now.
Yeah, I'm looking through it. It'll take me a few minutes though.
I'll tell you what,
26.
8:30 is our usual break time. So as we tend to kind of trickle in, trickle out for break, why don't we do that with our kind of like whatever time, and we'll start you guys with your like tower encounter, and hopefully somebody will have that character's name. It's 8:31, 8:40 ish is when we'll be back. See you guys then.
Oh,
Right.
bro.
Yep.
Bleep. Bleep. I'm live. I think. Yes.
Hi, live.
I am. Hi, live. Hi, live. And bloop.
That's really bothering you.
No, it's not bothering me. It's just I'm just trying to like have a response for it. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna make it a running joke, like I kind of feel like I've got to like adapt and like have something new every time. And today I'm just
great response.
Today I'm just being facetious about it. You know what I mean? Today I'm just being well, all right. So we left for our break, and you guys were in the process of like intimidating and landing upon the group here. Did I get an intimidation out of you yet, Simone?
You haven't.
Okay.
But I also have some things around intimidation.
Okay.
Intimidating glare.
Okay.
That when I attempt a intimidation check, I can demoralize.
And I will give guidance to whoever is casting that.
Okay,
It's not a cast. It's not a cast. It's just like a skill check.
And it's Simone, and Simone is on the back of Wilb, and I believe guidance is a touch and spell, isn't it?
Are they already flying away then?
Yeah, he's making an entrance on Wilb's back.
Yeah,
That's the whole fucking deal.
Hey guys, he's doing this whole, Simone thing. But what if, Galfast, hear me out. We teleport in, but you all get in the hole, and then I shake you all out, and it'll be like extra funny, but also really intimidating.
Do we have to?
No, I can just go myself.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to take that chance
All
of
right.
dying.
All right. That's it, huh?
And
That's it.
yeah, well, I guess I'll see you guys over there.
Oh,
So Atesk is flying on his own behalf, right? Via some kind of spell or magic, right?
Yeah.
And then you have your summon, which the like clock is running out on at this point. You're gonna have to like burn another spell slot to keep it around through this like kind of next stage of the encounter. But I was gonna let you get through like the negotiation with it, right? And so, you're flying. Simone is flying. The rest of you guys are on the ground, pretty much right outside the gatehouse or the tower at this point. You guys can see that it is like a pretty modestly built stone tower. It just has a pair of these like, huge ballista mounted on the top, but instead of the like super sleek tubes that the drows had, these are like kind of old school. They're like giant crossbows. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And so they're like there's like a pair of them mounted up there. You guys can see like the pointy tips of some kobold ears and like snouts kind of like peeking out from the top, probably like 3 or 4 kobolds that are like circling the top of it. There's like a small kind of like base of kobolds at the bottom, probably like 6 or 7 of them. And then, so I'd say within eye shot of any of you guys would count, put a count anywhere between like 12 and 14 kobolds total, split about half and half up top and down low.
And they've only seen the dragon and everything. They haven't seen us below yet.
No, they have absolutely seen. That's
why
you
they
guys
shot
below.
at us.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
You guys.
I thought we were far enough, like where the dragon distracted them, and we like were able to sneak up that far. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
No, yeah. So you guys, because Atesk used his dragon to like kind of be a shield for you guys because they weren't shooting at the dragon, and they like watched you get out from cover and follow the dragon. It's not like you were all lined up behind it and they didn't see you, but you guys were with this dragon, which seemed to be enough, right?
Is there a clear entrance into the watchtower?
Yeah, 100%. You guys can see it from where you're at. That's where most of the kobolds are standing, is between you and that entrance.
All right, I look at Reed. You want to go have fun?
Simone is circling overhead on Wilb. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Do I want to go have fun and potentially ruin everything for these guys? No.
Simone, where are you landing, my guy?
I'm landing like on the watchtower, I don't know, perch or whatever. So like I'm gonna land in between like 2 of the crossbows, and then you know how dragons have like that weird walk that they do, like
Yeah,
with
that
their wings.
that like
So I'm
elbows
so
up.
I'm gonna like land and then have the 2 the 2 wings like on the crossbow things, and then you're gonna see Wilb like stick his head up and go rah, and like shoot out a flame.
Cool.
And, like use one of his flames things.
Super
And I'll
fucking
roll
cool.
if you need me to roll my intimidation now, I will.
I would love for you to roll that with advantage now that I know what you're doing.
Okay. And this is a private GM roll, right?
Yes, I believe intimidations are private. Because you always think you're scary kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I clicked private.
it's all good, bro. It's all good. Like I'm not super
okay,
sweating it.
okay.
If we got tech issues, it is what it is, you know?
Okay.
Maybe
blind
I'm about to say
channel.
maybe oh yeah, private will show blind
Yeah.
is the anyway, either way. Yeah, I mean, so basically Kythar and Reed are like having this discussion about whether or not they're gonna have fun as Simone like lands, like rocks this tower a little bit. You guys see flame like spit into the air to like ignites the area. You guys can see a combination of like awe and fear on the faces of every single kobold standing here on the ground, and those of you up in the air can see that as well. They have not like left their positions. They are still like manning these guns, quote unquote, but they are like kind of like jaws agape, eyes wide, looking at all of you guys. And there's like a kobold.
My spells.
There's like a kobold who seems to obviously be in charge atop the top of the watchtower, and he takes a step forward, like kneels, like takes a knee, like puts his elbow on his knee, drops his forehead into his elbow, and like full on like bows in front of you, prompting the rest of the kobolds on the top of the tower to do the same thing. The kobolds at the bottom can't see this though, so they're just staring up at you guys.
Gotcha. Wilb, I'm gonna like slide off of Wilb, and I'm gonna like telepathically have him, like go up to the kneeling kobold, and like sniff him like with like his large jaw, and he's gonna be like grumbling like a lion, you know, like when you hear that like guttural, thing, and then like and like he snort out, and it's gonna like blow the kobolds up a little bit, and then I'm gonna cast True Speak.
Cool.
And then in in the language, I'm gonna say who. I'm gonna try to be intimidating. Who is this? Fucking puto in front of me.
I absolutely fucking love that, man. Like, I gotta say, so good to do that all in fucking character. I love it. He lifts his head up and kind of stares at you and says, "I am Snizik, leader of this watchtower. There has not been a dragon in the below for a millennia." Like all fucking this, you are coming off as a big deal to him. I guess is the energy that I would give. And he's just like, this one is Snizik.
Simone's gonna be like, as the dragons have, fucking arisen on the, surface and shit, so they have below.
No, go please,
go ahead,
please.
sorry.
As you say that, no, here, actually, I'm gonna hop in. As you
Please.
as you say that, like the because you're like hollering loud enough that the kobolds below can hear you. You guys who are standing at the bottom see all the kobolds at the bottom, go from like being kind of in like a standing crouched in between position. They like drop to their knees and they like look up, and one of you guys hear the one of the kobolds say to another one the time has come. As all this happens, everybody above, there's like an audible gasp as you're talking about, like, as dragons are above, they have now arisen below. And I think that probably like one or two of the crossbowmen get so emotional that they straight up start crying as you start saying that. That line hit them somewhere really, really deep. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but so Simone is, as they have risen above, so they below. Everyone's completely awestruck. You have the floor, good sir.
I'm gonna be like, someone's gonna be like, so, because we've returned below, fucking Knox, we must report back to him, putos, because, he needs this information. So we need to return to the surface.
Let me see here. My boy Snizzik, kind of gets up from wobbly knees and kind of stands in front of you and is like, of course, my scaliness, would you need an escort? I've been told not to leave my post, but I'm certain that for the return of a great one like yourself, my commander would not mind.
Who is your, fucking commander?
Who is your fucking commander?
He goes, Captain Screena. She leads the Outlanders and the those of us on patrol and out on watchtowers and the like.
That's okay. But we do not have to get her involved. I need to quickly go to the surface, for fucking dragon business.
Well, of course you do. A few of us have walked the path. I myself walked the path many years ago, and remember it fondly. I received the blessing from the elders, and they permitted me to walk the path, and now to walk it with one such as yourself would be, of course.
Can I hear this from below?
Yeah, he's like, 100%.
Can I do a knowledge or a religion check to see if I know what the path is? Mind, I've also been super curious about dragons lately.
I mean, no, I don't think there's a need for a roll. You have all the information you need. He's referring to he's referring to the way out. It's all one thing.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Talking about,
it's
religious
not
trial kind of thing.
Yes. Also, yes.
Oh.
It's all one and the same. It's a religious trial that is also the way back. It's all
okay.
It's all one fucking deal. And he's like 100%. He's like on board. And so you're like, there's no need to get her involved. He's just kind of like, well, of course. I mean, someone will need to come relieve us, of course. So we can't leave the watchtower completely unkobolded. That would But
I'm gonna use my intimidate to be like, do you dare say that we cannot, fucking handle what's on the path?
Of course, of course you can handle the path. If you'd like to go yourself, you're welcome to. What can we do for you, Great One?
Just, where is it?
We only need one escort.
Just, where is it? Oh my fucking god. Jesus H. So he says it's through the city and the temple, the sky temple. and you get to it through the Chamber of Draconic Secrets, and he's like after you get the blessing from the elders on the first level, and then you go to the chamber and you learn about the great dragons, and he's like, voice is cracking. He's like fucking like he's like so confused why he has to explain this to a dragon, but he's too scared to like not, you know.
Yeah, he goes. I go silence.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Big boom.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, but I do not. We fool do not need the explanation of why we do this. We are the ones that have blessed the path. I just need to,
and at that like we comment,
shown where
he like flits his eyes and like for the first time sees Simone on Wilb's back. You know what I mean, kind of thing. Like has been completely focused on Wilb, and he's like, oh, yes, of course. And he like looks over and sees a Tesk, flying around, and like clocks him for the first time, and like seems to have an equally large reaction to seeing a Tesk as he did to seeing Wilb. And he like kind of like flits back and forth. His eyes kind of like flit back and forth between Simone and a Tesk. And you just hear him like kind of like mutter under his breath a little bit, like, the old alliances, they remain true. And he's and he says, the elves have been stories have been shared. They're here. Like kind of like gesturing towards like you, like yes, of course you. I'm sorry. What did you actually ask? What did you actually ask him? You just wanted like.
Essentially, what I'm saying is that we've already been blessed,
right?
right? So we don't need to go through the whole elder.
All that
stuff.
elder
You know
stuff.
what I
Got
mean?
you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because you were like, oh, you have to go to the elders and go to
and
this class.
He's like, yeah, no, well, that's, and he's like, that's fine. You can, I'm sure the elders are all knowing, and they must have foreseen this great event, and I'm sure they will not be as surprised as us. You'll have to excuse us for being surprised. It's been a millennia since a dragon has been seen.
You are talking too much. Point us in the right direction.
He points immediately north, without hesitation, kind of like through the mountain a little bit, like to the like just like around
Sky
the mountain.
Temple.
Yeah, to the Sky Temple. Yeah.
So sorry, I just wrote that down.
No, you're cool.
I'm just writing notes down.
No, you're super good.
Else,
yeah.
You're up there. A test too.
Do we hear another booming voice?
No.
You know Draconic, right? You know Draconic, right? Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't really have anything to make my voice any more booming. So, I'd have to be screaming, pretty much.
Yeah. And this is the dragon Atesk, for he has been cursed with being mute.
Is he simple?
Do
Those
not fool you, you little kobold. He is very powerful wizard dragon.
and the kobold responds, he wears the sign of the elves of old. Of course, he's also capable of great power. Is the answer that he gives. The group of you that's down below, you guys are like hearing all this unfold. These kobolds are basically having like a religious experience in front of you. Are you guys just like hanging out down there?
Are there kobolds down here with us? Like at the gate?
Yeah, there are seven or eight kobolds down here at the gate, but they're all on their knees staring at the top of the tower that they can't see from where they're at.
I'm gonna, unless anybody else speaks up, Guffass is gonna say, "Did you hear? Let us in."
One of them like snaps to, like turns to look at you, like scurries over to the like kind of like doorway, like pushes it open, and like disappears inside the watchtower. You hear like little feet like skittering as they like ascend a set of stairs.
Okay.
Just give it a second. Maybe they'll let us in.
No, they have. They've opened the door.
They just.
Oh, they've
opened
opened.
the
okay.
door.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so it opens. As we walk in, I'm gonna look at one of the kobolds and say, "Your jacket. What are you doing?"
Wait, the first word cut off.
Oh, button your jacket. But I don't speak the language, so that may be.
Got you.
The joke may not land.
Got you. Yeah, you just like point and bark at him, and he like takes a full ass like jump backwards away from you. And as
We're gonna send word to the high priests.
and he's just like shaking where he's at. You can see the kobold that lets you in is like almost got to the top of the watchtower. He's like running up the interior stairs to like get to the top level. And he's like half a story away kind of thing, a flight of stairs or so. And he's just like running to the top here.
I'm assuming we're following him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So he's headed towards where our party is.
Yeah, he's heading towards the top of the watchtower. You guys are at the interior of the bottom of the watchtower. He's like run up the stairs.
We'll follow him up.
Yeah, because he's going to hit that top door, open it, and like disappear out onto the top. Those of you who are at the top, Simone, you're saying like the captain is like pointing in the direction of the Sky Temple. The door swings open. And the kobold like doesn't even step out of it. It's just standing there, like sees the scene that's up here, and just like basically like goes limp, like standing in the doorway, just like staring at all of you guys.
Mm-hmm. And do I see my party yet?
Probably Galfast was the first one in. So Galfast, you come up behind this kobold who's like standing in the doorway, just like staring out but not moving.
Okay. Yeah, I walk in.
And be like, oh yes, my servants.
You piece of shit. But we don't actually speak the language. Or did you say that in common?
I have true speech.
He's using true speech, but true speech like still has a language.
Yeah.
It's like you speak it in a language that creature understands. And Simone, from the get, using true speech, that like Draconic is one of those languages that these guys know. So if anybody in the party speaks Draconic, they could probably understand this like true speech conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody who knows Draconic understands what I just said. Otherwise, you just hear me say.
And gestures to us.
Yeah.
To which Reed goes.
I'm gonna lounge on the closest chair.
Yeah.
Yes. Take a rest.
Is the dragon on my shield noticeably visible, or is it on the inside of the shield?
No, it's very visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as a reminder, you told this captain he talks too much, so he's now just kind of like standing there, mute himself.
So I'm gonna like walk through like all of the kneeling kobolds,
right,
and then to the other side of the watchtower.
As you're walking past, there is one of the kobolds like reaches into his pocket and like pulls out this polished stone like dragon's head effigy and like offers it to you.
I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna kiss it, and I'm gonna give it back to him.
He faints. He faints, tumbles backwards off the tower, cracks his head open at the bottom, and dies. Very different energy, right?
Oh god.
That's great.
And so then, he's gonna walk to the other side of the tower to get a good view of the city.
So as to clarify, you're not really able to see the city from here. Like you can
That's
see.
what I was getting more information essentially.
Yeah, I got you. Because you can
You know what I
see like like a kind of a wedge going from about here. You know what I mean? Like all the way, kind of like back to where you had camped, maybe just shy of that. From this
Gotcha.
tower, but like the mountain at your back still prevents you from seeing that. But honestly, like now that you guys can fly, the higher you go, the narrower the peaks get. You know what I mean? So going straight up, you'd be able to probably get a pretty good view from this point. You know, without
Up
without
and
taking too
over.
much time. Yeah. And let me see here. Probably as you do, you shoot up, you get a good view. You can see there is like carved into the top of this mountain. There is a huge like kind of like double archway that has these like statues of dragons on either side that are like both facing inward, and it is fucking it's essentially the entrance to this temple is like at the top of the cavern essentially, pretty near, like I'd say about halfway up to like where the actual ceiling is of the great below. And like the density of the like hole pockmarks in the wall, like 100 times. Like that whole north wall is absolutely jam packed, covered in holes. A bunch of the holes have like balconies that are like going back and forth, connecting one to another. You see like different like swings and stuff on like pulley systems that are all like operating around there. And you get the sense that most of the Kobold city is built like dwarven cities are built, and is like inside this cliff. But if you had to guess what the Sky Temple is, you'd guess it was this huge fucking thing that has this opening into the valley, ahead of you guys. And you can, you're probably too far away to make out like individual kobolds or anything like that. But this like facade is so huge, and these pockmarks are so numerous that like even from this half a day's distance that you're at, you're able to like make out these very distinct features, and that there's a lot of like activity along the face of this wall.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around to the kobolds and be like, I demand that you stay at your posts. What I haven't thought about, well, us dragons think about a lot of things. Let's see, what our presence has done to you, kobolds and shit. So to maintain the, fucking safety of the
Battery
city and
critical.
shit, why don't you stay here and we'll continue on to the city and to the dragons above, putos.
As you wish.
Are there any dangers in between here and the city? Any of these creatures, any of these bone marrow fucking putos?
Or traps.
Possibly, but they should be trivial for great ones such as yourselves. Nothing for you to worry about.
While they may be trivial, the attack on the dragon kind is seen as a very dangerous thing to do.
And that's why you will destroy them and burn them.
Yes, we will. If we have to.
Yeah, fuck them up.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, there you go.
It's like a sports team for him. You're a dragon talking about killing the things that resist dragons. And he's like, yeah, man.
Okay.
It's a fucking rock and roll.
I know. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna be like, send my. I'm gonna start walking back over to Wilb. I'm gonna be like, send my servants home with some more rations. These humans need to eat. And then I'm gonna climb on the back of Wilb, and I'm gonna like fly down or whatever. to the other side of the watchtower.
Yeah, you like hop up on Wilb. He he looks at the kobold that ran up the stairs that Galfast like pushed out of the way to walk through here, and he just like snaps at him and like kind of like snarls, and he immediately like hops into action and like disappears back inside, and like reemerges after a while. With two other kobolds, and the three of them are like carrying this like big ass like pot of stew that they had like carried all the way up these fucking stairs. And they like like when they get up there, it's obvious it had sloshed over a bunch. They were like being really quick about it. They set it down, and it's basically this like chili mixture that they've got that they are prepared to offer you guys. And then they hand you a bag that smells like super mildewy as well. And if you like open it up and look at it, you can see there's a bunch of like dried like mushroom caps and like fungus bits in there. And so they like present you with this food, and are all kind of like standing at attention at the top of the tower. But the captain seems to be like kind of like not the captain, the leader of the watchtower seems to be like kind of like regaining his senses, and he starts to like straighten out. He's like pointing stuff. He's like, reload this crossbow. And it's like he turns to one of them. You see him like cuff one of the kobolds, over the side of the head, and he's like, "And don't shoot at a fucking dragon next time." And you know what I mean? Like he's like kind of like gone back into leadership mode. What are you guys doing?
But before we go, Simone, would we
I'm
be
gone.
able to get? Oh, you already took off.
Yeah, I had to make a dramatic exit in order for us to like sell it, right?
God damn it. Never mind.
Okay, so those of you who are still on the Kobold Tower, you're hanging out with a bunch of kobolds. What? Simone's pulling off a test. Where are you? You were flying. Did you follow Simone?
I absolutely have to, because I believe we're getting to the ends of the spell, correct?
Yeah, you know that your options are follow Simone out of here, around the corner, out of sight, or recast your spell.
Oh, 100% following Simone out of there.
Great, love that. Leaving the ground crew, on top of the tower, but still ground bound.
Okay, how do we get out of here?
This way, and I'll lead us at the. Is there only, well, as far as I know, is there only one entrance?
To the tower, 100%. Very obvious as far as it's not a big tower, so yeah, there was you saw the whole thing.
So I'll follow the green ADA compliant exit signs.
You guys follow Galfast kind of like down out the watchtower. The kobolds have like stood up, picked up their weapons. They're just kind of like milling about. They're like excitedly chattering amongst themselves. They all immediately go dead silent as the first of you kind of like come out this door. And you guys just kind of like wander off towards the city in the direction that Simone left, ?
Yeah, my idea was to just fly on the other side of the watchtower, just like, because now I'm looking, and you can let me know, but I would imagine that from a watchtower to the city, there's probably a trail, and that's what I was looking for. And so, is there one there?
There does not appear to be an obvious trail from the watchtower to the city. What you see is a trail from the watchtower into one of the holes on the cliff on the left.
Sorry, you say
What you see, you don't see a trail from the watchtower to the city. You see a trail from the watchtower to one of the nearest holes on the cliff to the left.
Gotcha. I fly into that, cliff on the hole in the cliff on the left, just so that my idea is to kind of like meet up with them as they continue on.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, because basically,
That's my
like
goal.
that line is the obvious path that you see, right?
Yeah, I'd probably say I'd take that then, just so that like they could get out of sight, we could be out of sight, kind of thing, and regroup.
Cool. Sounds good. I mean, you guys kind of like all disappear around the side of the mountain here. Dragons unsummoned. You guys are able to kind of like rendezvous on this path, heading towards one of these very small 4 foot or so holes in like the side, one of many in the side of this cliff. What are you guys doing from here?
So we're all together now.
You guys are all together on the path. You have not yet gone into the hole, but you are kind of like outer side of the watchtower on this like obvious path.
I am going to drink the potion that I totally remembered that I bought in town that lets me see in the dark.
Oh my god.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, you've been straight up stumbling up until this point. So.
And it was 50 gold, right?
I don't remember. Probably.
Okay.
Sure.
No.
I gave you guys like tens of thousands of gold. Like I'm like I don't know. I could know. Does it really matter? You've got the money. I'm sure.
I do.
Yeah.
Jokes
And
on you,
they-
I've been pickpocketing you.
They gave us some nasty looking food, right?
Yeah, they gave you some
Yep.
nasty looking food. It's basically a bunch of like fungus and mushroom, and then a mystery chili.
Okay, I'm gonna hand the fungus and mushrooms to Rowan and say, I think I have some of your friends.
Oh, yeah. These actually look like they've been prepared to eat, so
Oh, they're not gonna make it?
no. But you can enjoy them still.
Do they look enjoyable?
Me too.
I think that's probably very accurate. I think that Galfast would be questioning how enjoyable they look, and Rowan would absolutely think they look delicious. I think that is 100%
I'm
true.
gonna say, yeah, you and Bort, don't let me get in between you guys and a good meal.
Oh, why, thank you.
And are you gonna hand him the mushrooms?
I will hand him the mushrooms.
He's got the mushrooms.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna try one. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, man, they're definitely like they're honestly like sweeter than Rowan probably expected them to be. They have like a little like kind of like crystalline structure to them, where they like crunch kind of like when a salty cheese ferments a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they've got a little like grit to them. But like by and large, like I'd say probably like a 7 or an 8 on the on Rowan's mushroom scale. Like they're definitely well within tolerances.
he's gonna, smile and, ooh, these are delicious. Anybody else want one? And he's gonna hold out the, mushrooms to see if anybody wants one.
Which you guys can all smell well before Rowan holds the bag out. Very musty, kind of earthy scent to it.
I'm gonna be like, I'm good, fool. That's all you.
I'll try one.
Yeah, man. And they're all little sweet, little salty, little gritty, and
Yeah.
real fungally fruity.
I'm gonna be like, we barely made it out of there, and you put those already eating.
Listen, man, you got to keep up the beef somehow.
You can't have cheeks like these. He turns around and grabs them.
Oh wow. Reed.
Calpass is now really noticing.
Reed's like twerking
How
now,
you've
just in the
grown.
background, just to make sure you guys really see it. He's
Clank, clank, clank as his fucking mail. No, actually, I guess you stuffed it with rags. So, Galfast, you see one of the rags like worked itself loose, and it's like flapping as Reed's twerking.
Are we grooming Reed?
you see the tramp stamp that says "cutie with a booty."
I hope my day doesn't look below the belt.
Oh, funny.
Hey, Iomade was human once too.
So I guess we like continue on or something.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, fool, and be grateful that we got out of there without fucking getting hit.
Yeah, it was easy.
Easy for you,
Too
fool.
easy.
You think it was?
See?
You think this? I thought we did pretty good.
We did good. It worked. We did great.
Well, that was a very suspicious, fucking too
Ominous.
easy. Yeah, very, very suspicious.
I'd like to do a perception check to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary. Hear or sight.
Tesk has been possessed this whole time.
I don't know.
Oh man, no, yeah, Tesk is fine. You guys are all good. Everybody is, I guess, I guess. So you guys are all standing around the outside of this kind of like tunnel. Tesk is questioning how easy it was. Galfast is eyeing him suspiciously. You guys are at kind of your midday point. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? What's your plan?
I think it's to continue on, to the city as much as possible.
Navigator, how long is it? How long of a journey to the city? We're halfway through the day now.
I mean, looking at the map, what does it look like? Half a day?
As crow flies, absolutely.
Yeah. If we make excellent time, it would be half a day, which we won't. So it'll be a day. I'm sorry. Yeah, half a day if we make perfect time. So it'll take us probably a full day. So we can get halfway there and then sleep.
If we can find a place to sleep.
Maybe there'll be an inn.
Maybe there will be a den.
An
Ready?
inn.
An
Oh,
inn.
inn.
A den.
What a den.
Well, we're
What is a den, fool?
going through a den is the thing that I went into to get little guy out.
That was a tunnel.
Is there a difference?
This
Oh,
new
God.
generation, they don't teach them anything
Yeah,
in school.
You really reminded me of your age right now, fool. So I guess we'll continue on, David.
And correction, continue on is going to be this flight path, like you're traveling just straight line inside your valley.
No, we're probably gonna follow along the. I mean, look. I guess I can look at A-Test right there and be like, do you have enough spells in your wizard to at least get us close to the city, fool? So we don't have to do another half a day.
Yeah, absolutely. We could do that. You want to fly me over there?
Let's go, fool. And I'll get on Wilb's back, and we will. We'll go ahead and fly.
Cool, sounds good to me. You guys kind of like take off towards the city. How traditionally?
The traditional where whatever the limit is of A-Test.
Well, I mean, the safe limit is 2 miles. Like he can
No,
guarantee
we're gonna-
2 miles.
I think we were gonna push it to 4, right?
That's up to you. That's why I'm asking.
A-Test, can you handle that?
I can try. It has been a roll normally.
It
so,
has been a roll.
right.
Yeah. Every mile
I'll do my
above
best.
above double what the spell says on the sheet is a roll, and every mile is two more on the DC, like for that roll. So you guys have 10 miles between you and the temple. How close would you guys like to try to get in a perfect world?
I would like to get at least halfway there, essentially, so that we can try to find another area to camp since it's already. But I want to be essentially. I want our group to be at full power, by the time we go into the city.
Right, love that. So then,
That's mine.
so then, again, are you kind of aiming for the valley between the cliff and the mountain? Are you hugging the mountain, or are you hugging the cliffs?
I guess in my perfect world, we would still attempt, I guess, to keep as stealthily as possible. So whatever direction.
Yeah.
I would imagine that, going into a valley, it's not very stealthful.
Yeah, I mean,
However,
yeah, it'll be tough.
Yeah, so I think following the ridges would be a better way of, staying stealthful.
Okay, cool. I want stealth checks out of my flying boys. It sounds like you want to go 5 miles, which is 3 miles above a Tesk's deal. So I will take blind stealth rolls from those of you who are trying to get there stealthily.
Stealthy.
I did so well. I know I did. I know I did.
Oh, funny. So you guys kind of like make off that way. I need to make a couple of rolls here. No, that is too much. We're gonna go this. Great. Yeah, I mean, you guys are able to kind of like make it to that halfway point. Through, you don't have to push the full, I think, hour or whatever it is you get. And actually, you probably can't because you've already burned a little bit of time on your, being able to carry spell. So I'd say you probably like bring that through to its absolute end of whatever the duration of that is, and get, your full 5 miles out. You don't appear to be noticed, but I will say that as you get closer and kind of like keep your eyes on the prize kind of thing, you're able to see that there appear to be a number of kobolds coming and going, among the like different like the hundreds of holes that are on this wall, on the outside of this wall. You see a bunch of kobolds like walking back and forth, but you also see a few with wings that are flying into and out of that like huge mouth, like the big sky temple opening. You guys are like far enough out, flying low enough, like that you were able to like make it to this point undetected, but you're able to like make out more specifics of the activity that's going on here. Okay, so you guys are at the halfway point. My ground crew, this doesn't take the full, hour that it normally takes, but it probably takes 15 or 20 minutes. So what are you guys doing as you're just like hanging out?
It's a good question. We're just hanging out there.
So the weather.
And any sign of Arthur around here? Looking around.
I guess I guess I would be scanning the cliffside for like any potential danger ahead or anything like that.
As you guys are kind of like standing there and waiting around, you do see like a pack of kobolds pop out of one of the holes on the left, and they're kind of like walking along the ridge line, but you do see like 5 or 6 kobolds like pop out of one of these holes along the ridge, not too far from where you guys are posted up.
I'll just point them out to everybody, just so we know.
I'm not there. I can't see anything.
Okay, so to be clear, you see these kobolds and you're standing there like, hey guys, there's some kobolds.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Hey, we got some company up here and all.
Got some company.
Cool.
You think they might want some mushrooms?
What is it?
We
He
could.
broke up.
I said, do you think they might want some mushrooms?
Oh, you can see if they want mushrooms.
Rowan's gonna say that.
That'd be a good idea.
Or we could hide.
Oh.
How far away are they, Reed?
How far away are they, David?
You're making eye contact with one probably 500 feet away.
Eye contact as in they see you?
Yeah, he's a stone's throw.
Do they see us, Reed?
Yeah, they're looking right at us.
All right. Well done. Yeah, maybe they would like some mushrooms, and hopefully they don't eat port.
They turn around and they run back to the hole that they came out of originally, and disappear through it.
Okay, they're gone.
Yeah, I mean, he is just reporting what he's seeing.
Yeah, he's a mandated reporter.
Yeah.
He carries a pepper spray.
I mean, what do we do?
And a-
We're just
and a
walking and
whistle.
talking.
We're waiting, aren't we? We're waiting for our party members to teleport back. That's our usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, about how
Oh,
long
that's
has it
right.
been?
I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I mean, they should be back soon. Yeah, so I mean, what do you guys think? They're going to raise the alarm, probably, right? They don't know that we're with the big dragons.
Gonna raise the alarm, probably. I love that.
All right. Well, a lot of good ideas being thrown around.
I'm not here. I'm not there.
So
I
yeah,
know.
we know you're not here.
I'm not
Simone.
there. I can't.
You've
I
mentioned
have
that a few
ideas.
times.
I have ideas.
Maybe who has the lamp? Do either of you guys have the lamp?
We do have the lamp, but
Maybe
if we use that,
call-
we won't be able to use it to sleep tonight if anything else goes wrong.
Rowan, you were gonna say something?
I don't know. We could hide from them.
Might be a good idea.
But they have already seen us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we go back. I don't know. We definitely can't go forward.
Yeah. So just looking around where we're at, David. What is our current surroundings?
Current surroundings are, you guys could like backtrack in the direction that the tower was, because you guys really just kind of like got out of sight of that tower and kind of like rendezvoused, made your plan. These guys took off, so you really are not super far away. But like the distance between the base of the mountain and the cliffside is not particularly wide either. Which is why like it's a pretty like straight shot, I guess, from where you guys are at. If you wanted to get like out of sight of where you watched them disappear into, the obvious choices are disappear through a different hole, go back to the watchtower, or continue to skirt around the mountainside so that like you put the base of the mountain between you and that hole. I would say are your kind of like three obvious.
Yeah. And we're about 5 minutes into waiting for our teleporting friends, and that usually takes about 10 minutes, is my recollection, for them to get over there and teleport back.
If they go the whole way, it takes however long the duration of Anthony's spell is, which I think is 30 minutes or an hour.
It's an hour.
Yeah, so usually you guys are waiting for a while. You do know that Simone like used that spell early, and he did burn some of that clock at the tower. But I'd say that by Galfast's best estimation, you guys still have up to 20 minutes to hang out and wait for a test to show back up.
Yeah, I think we should, like you guys suggested, we should hide. Maybe. Yeah, I think we do use the lantern. What do you guys think?
I think we hide, and if it looks like it's getting hairy, then we use the lantern.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
As a reminder, the lantern does have to sit unmoving for 10 minutes to turn
Correct.
on.
Oh, for 10 minutes. Okay.
Katha, what do you think?
What if Bort keeps watch and then he could let us know. Why don't we look for a hiding spot while we're talking?
Yeah, let's just get out of. Yeah, we're just standing.
Yeah, you guys can take a straight stealth roll to try to like duck behind nearby, whatever's. But to Galfast's point, they have a general area. If they have a general area that they know that they have last seen you guys at. So if they show back up, you know what I mean. Like, so you can tuck out of sight, but if you do not physically move, they will know loosely where you are. So I'm just kind of curious.
Should we do
What you guys mean by
start walking?
hide? Yeah, I mean, like, are you hiding right here, or are you
No.
going somewhere and hiding?
I think we should go back and then hide.
Okay. Yeah, let's backtrack. Let's so we'll back up. We'll back up on the trail until there is some a reasonable off the trail hiding spot in the like a big tunnel mouth opening or
Cool.
something like that.
Love that. I'll take a survival check out of whoever's looking for that spot.
I can look.
And then I will...
And I'll keep higher.
Cool. Great. Oh, that was a good one to keep higher on. Yeah, you find a pretty excellent spot for you guys to post up. I do still want a stealth check. If you want to use your group stealth check, you're welcome to. Tell you what, with that awesome check, Aaron, I think that what I want is I want Galfast to roll a stealth check for the rest of the party as he's like physically placing them in the most secure, stealthy places. Like he's the one who's seeking out this spot. He's the one who's kind of getting everybody tucked away. Great. I'm just going to make a little note.
Reed, pull your foot in. What the hell are you doing?
Okay. With that, Atesk and Simone have, gotten to their point. Atesk, are you going to attempt to go back and collect your party as you normally do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I have no other reason to.
I believe we decided Arcana check. 26 is 3 miles, 28 is 4 miles, and 30 would be 5 miles. So you got to beat a 30 on an Arcana in order to make your way all the way back to the party, stretching your magic to its absolute limits.
Okay. Can I burn a hero point up front?
Of course you can, to keep higher, 100%. You could even because this is not a stealthy roll. I mean, you could roll first, see if you hit it, and then decide you want to roll it before we announce the results. So I mean, I guess you kind of know the results up front. Probably better to roll it with advantage.
Okay, am I rolling it blind?
No,
Just public roll.
just roll it. Yeah, we all want to see what's happening here.
Agreed.
Awesome. Yeah. Super successful. No problem. You get back to the party to where you... correction. You get back to where you left the party, and there does not appear to be anyone around.
I'll look around frantically.
Oh,
God, where did they go?
go ahead and give me a survival check. I know it's not necessarily your shtick, but that's kind of the deal. All right, definitely a high enough roll to get a general sense of the direction. You can see that your party seems to have left the area and headed back towards the tower.
That's weird. I'll start walking back towards the tower.
You walk for 2 or 3 minutes. The rest of the party, you guys hear somebody approaching on the path. As you're all tucked away in your hidey holes.
Yeah,
Just hold.
Hold.
And the footsteps recede and are out of sight.
Can we peek?
If you want to.
Can I?
If
I'd
it's
like to do a
walking
peek.
away now.
Yeah, you give a peek, and you see Atesk's little tiny backside making its way away from you back up the road towards the tower.
Just walking right by.
It's like
Do we know him?
Ass.
That's a test.
Oh, hey, Task. Psst. Psst.
You see Galfast's little fucking eyeballs and nose sticking up over a rock.
Oh, I was looking for you guys. Come on, get
Yes,
in the hole. Let's go.
Okay.
God.
I'll put the hole in the ground and
Give me the first one for fun. I always love the first one for fun.
yes. Let me get that ready.
Are there some that we haven't seen yet?
No, we've seen them all.
Have we seen all of them?
We've seen them
Okay.
all. Aaron,
Is
I'm about to say Aaron's got 3. I honestly need to. Oh no, actually,
yes.
I do have this. That's Gaia, right? That's the alien
Yeah.
fucking jungle.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's this alien ass fucking jungle. That's the first hole. You guys hear the snarl of a beast come through as Galfast pops it off. Resets it a couple of times before you guys get back to your kind of like basic hole. Everybody jumps in the hole, and then Atesk, the plan is to teleport back.
Yeah,
All right, man.
absolutely.
That's another
Put it in the
Arcana.
hole.
You just gotta make it back.
Who needs a hero point?
Is that your last one?
No,
Is that
that
you have
is
one
that
left?
is worse.
Oh,
I do have one more, but I
You
thought
can
we could
only
use
you can only
multiple.
use
I know, I know.
one per roll.
Yeah.
Atesk, for the first time in this strategy, your magic falls short. You appear only about 3 miles from where you were originally, knowing that you still have a couple miles between you and Simone. You are caught basically out in the open at this point. There are burrow holes on your left, mountain on the right. You're significantly closer to the fucking Sky Temple. And like looking around, you can see the point that you landed at.
Immediately going to burn one more spell.
Yeah, you're gonna go do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn one more spell.
Cool.
Fuck this.
Love that. Love that. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. You don't need those spells.
There you
You don't need those spells.
go. All right.
Can I
And,
give him guidance?
I
I
don't.
guess I have to roll again, but do
Say,
I?
like-
need
No,
to-
because you're only 2 miles. You made it at least 3,
Yeah.
and you can, and 2 is free. So if you burn the spell slot, you can guarantee. In theory, you could burn spell slots 2 miles at a time and always, make it kind of thing. But
that would,
you
gotta
know,
roll.
in theory. So yeah, you burn another spell slot. Appear with next to Simone where you were previously. Pop that hole on the side of the wall somewhere. Your party comes tumbling on out of it, and you guys are about 5 miles from the Sky Temple Kobold City. Definitely close enough to see, like I said, a lot more of that activity. There's not a lot of like kobolds like moving across the valley, but there's a ton of them moving into and out of the cliff walls themselves, as well as flying kobolds coming in and out of the Sky Temple itself.
A lot of kobolds.
A lot of kobolds. At any given point, you guys probably see 50, 60 kobolds.
And they're how far away right now?
5 miles.
Okay.
Some of you have great eyes. Not all of you. But I've stopped playing the Who Has Dark Vision game, and I just know one of you has dark vision, so I just narrate it to everybody.
All right, so we're going to that.
Yeah, fool. But first we gotta I'm kind of tired. First of all, carrying all your
Tired?
asses through this. Yeah, fool. Are you not tired?
This has been easy.
Been teleporting. I summoned a dragon. I'm exhausted.
Hey, I mean, we could sleep out here. We still
Uh,
have the lantern.
Are we in a spot that's pretty covered?
Find a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would definitely have to find a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a little sleepy, right?
I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah, can I help search for it, like survival? What a good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and...
Fan out.
Also, before I look for the spot, Simone, when we were in that tower, what did you tell the kobolds? When we entered the tower, you
I said that we have their master's fool, and that we came back.
no, but about us when we walked in.
Yeah, I said we're the dragons. Stay here, and we're gonna. Oh, also, Futos, I learned that.
But didn't you call them? What was it?
The kobolds. I called the kobolds. Like a bunch of putos and shit. Yeah.
Oh, was that a task?
Yeah, he did do that.
Sense motive.
Definitely did that.
I know, deception.
I know. If you guys want to do a for funsies deception roll, you're more than welcome to.
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it. I think it's hilarious.
Ooh.
So that's mine. I'm trying to see if I believe what they said.
Yeah.
It's against
Okay, so I-
mine.
Probably both
But
of
who's-
theirs.
Where's mine?
But it's our diplomacy, right? It's deception. Is it deception versus deception? or-
It's deception versus deception, is my understanding.
Okay.
Diplomacy is the art of getting somebody to do something they don't want to do. Deception is the art of deceiving them,
Oh.
right?
Whoops.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
He's hard to read. He's
Uh,
hard to read.
Yeah, he is, but a Tesk isn't. Yeah, Simone might be hard to read, but a Tesk certainly is not. You're definitely sensing. You're sensing that there's stuff he's not telling you.
I got a good one. He's an open book.
There it is.
Nice.
There it is.
What are you
Because he's a wizard.
So Kythar's off, like looking for a spot for you guys as you guys are having this. As you guys are like
I'll help as well.
trying to decide who's saying what to who.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me one. Go ahead and give me your own survival roll, Galfast, as you break off this conversation. All right, cool beans. Sweet. Yeah, I would say that where you guys are at, you with those rolls, you'd have a couple of options. You can just straight up camp like up on the mountaintop somewhere. There are places that are out of the way. There doesn't seem to be anywhere that is like truly out of the way on the cliffside, but like there is definitely one of the tunnels that is significantly larger than the rest of them, which would make for excellent shelter. Or there are some spots on the like mountainside that you could rest up. It is your choice.
If it's up to me, I think we should stay away from the tunnels. So somewhere on the mountainside would be my vote.
You're like the survivor guy, so sure.
Yeah, I saw them coming out of the tunnels earlier when I.
When you what?
When you're-
He's dead.
No,
Attack.
'cause
As he gets pulled into a tunnel. Well, we know. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, we know Arthur got pulled into the tunnels, and little guy's not a fan of the tunnels. So, we should probably stay away from those. I'm with Galfast.
Also clearing on the mountain.
That's where we're gonna go.
Cool, great. You guys head to your clearing on the mountain, set up your fancy lantern of hiding, and are able. You at this point have a pretty clean shot at the at the city, and there appears to be like a significant amount of activity as previously described, but it doesn't it seems to be around the clock. You know what I mean? Like you guys are here, you've set up camp. Like as you watch through your watches, the city seems to never truly sleep, right? Like there is no day-night cycle, and that shows in the just kind of like ever-present nature. They do kind of like ebb and flow. There are 15, 20, 30-minute periods where maybe you only see like 20 or 30 kobolds coming and going. But like given a long enough time, you'll see a bunch of them making their way from one place to another. Occasionally you guys are close enough to probably even hear the none of the words, but just kind of like the echoes of a couple of like loud voices losing all of their steam as they travel over a long distance of the squawking of kobolds arguing with one another. And you guys set up your camp, rest for the night. And I think that we will, if you guys want to touch base on anything now, you're welcome to, but I think this is a great place to stop and have you guys start up like literally within eyeshot of the city, of your goal. I think that'll be a great place to start next week.
Cool.
Cool.
A lot of social skill checks.
Yeah,
Today.
you know, that's
Nice.
I'm about to say you're kind of getting back into like a populated territory, you know. So there's going to be a little of that. Like the Great Below is a super dangerous place, but like the people who have carved out portions of it for themselves, like, you know, have created spaces that they've carved out for themselves, right? And so, you know, you guys have finally hit one of those pockets, which I'm very like excited for. You've kind of like made it through the wastelands in the middle of the valley here to one of the bastions of civilization. So it'll be really interesting to watch you guys try to navigate it, I think.
And that's where Simone shines.
That's where Simone shines, you know, and it really works out that you guys can summon dragons. A bunch of you know Draconic. You have this like dragon-themed fucking guy. You know what I mean? It's like there are themes that you guys as players have picked up on, and you know they are now hopefully coming into fruition for you. So, so there it is. Thanks for playing, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Cool.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Later.
too.
Night.
Night.
Whew, okay, what are we doing here? What is life? What am I doing? How am I? Where are we at? I haven't been like watching chat or anything, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. Looks like just one viewer. No need to raid. So, peace out. Take it easy. Later.